Right. We're going to move right the fuck along into the next article. The Democrats are hypocrites. They fled fucking Texas and they caused the super spreader event that they said that fucking Republicans were going to cause because they weren't listening to them.
Winning. No.
You suck!
This is fucking karma. I fucking
Winning.
They went into the fucking DC and they affected the DC Democrats. This is fucking karma. Come on, bioengineered.
How dare you?
But I can't really say that. I mean, we don't know for sure yet. And this is I just probably got us demonetized or banned or whatever, but it is. Oh my god, this is fucking glorious. I got to get right into it. Def- uh, this is the Whitmer FBI case. That's not the right one. That's the we're going to talk about that in the Whitmer kidnapping, but that's like later on. Text them slammed for super spreader trip as Biden Pelosi aides catch COVID, and they flew Kamala Harris to the fucking hospital, and they said that but she's fucking. She probably got it too. Republicans are slamming Texas Democrats, but it's not just Republicans. Super spreader trip to the D.C. after a White House staffer and an aide to the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tested positive for COVID-19, and it was more than a staffer and an aide. It was a few people. They're downplaying this big time.
You suck!
Following the meetings with legislators who fled their state to stall voting legislations. At least 6 Democratic legislators on the lam for the Lone Star State tested positive for the virus after they traveled unmasked and boarded a charter jet to D.C. to delay a vote to Republican bill.
Winning.
No.
They fucking caused what they said was going to happen, and goodbye, fat cat. And it's karma. How do you like that fucking karma? I hope it kills you. I really do. I mean, I'm being facetious. I don't wish anybody dead, but these people are absolute authoritarian trash. They met last week with Vice President Kamala Harris, who got flown to the damn Walter Reed and rubbed shoulders with lawmakers and staff of Capitol Hill. Although CDC rules required ordinary airplane passengers to wear masks to prevent the spread of the virus, the fact that the flight was privately chartered allowed the Democrats to float the health guidelines as they posed for selfies to promote their trip. Rules for thee, but not for me. I repeat that. Rules for thee, but not for me. This type of garbage gotta end.
Winning.
No.
These people gotta all be removed. Democrat, Republican, rules for thee, but not for me. They're trying to turn us into fucking serfs again.
Winning.
No. You suck!
We gotta say no to that crap. That the apparent transmission chains brings COVID-19 closer to President Biden, 78, and Pelosi, 81, whose ages make them more at risk for serious illness, and whose baggery makes them more at fucking karmic to get it. Both Biden and Pelosi, it would be karmic justice if they both got it. Are vaccinated, which lowering the risk of contracting the virus or having hospitalized. Very true. I'm not taking a vaccine that only lowers my risk. I'm not taking chemicals unless it eliminates my risk.
Winning.
White House Press Secretary Jen Pulaski said as a press briefing Tuesday that the White House aide has mild symptoms. Pulaski admitted that there have been additional breakthroughs. You should go to your doctor. Seriously.
That's how winning is done.
It shouldn't be in the government. You should go to your motherfucking doctor. And if you can't trust your doctor, get a second opinion because it's your fucking doctor. Pulaski admitted there have been additional breakthrough infections among vaccinated staffers, but she would not say how many or when they were detected. She brushed at a reporter's questions about the trip as being a super. She bristled at the reporter's question of it being a super spreader event, but that's exactly what it was. Well, I would say that's not characterization we're making from here, Pulaski, but it would be if they were Republican. The double standard is palpable. We can all see it. The president is senile.
You suck!
There's acts of fascism committed all over the world. The Australian government, not the government, the media, literally said that it was the New World Order and we were going to have to accept it.
You suck!
The fight is coming. They're going to make it inevitable. They're going to start killing people.
Winning.
No.
They're putting them in. It's going to happen. And you can be the Germans in World War II and turn a blind eye to the American Nazis, or you can start going to your local meetings and or dancing in the street like we got to start actively on this. Your life should be filled with daily acts of defiance.
Winning.
Republicans say the trip was a public stunt that went away. Representative Tommy Massey tweeted how many infections qualifies as a super spreader at And at what point do we call this that the Texas variant? 6 of the Democrats who traveled from Texas and 2 out of the staff that met in D.C. are now infected. Travis County, Texas Republican Party Chairman Maroski jeered, "A farce becomes a super spreader event." And in a jab at Democrats who routinely chastise Republicans for being reluctant to wear masks, the satirical publication Babylon Bee posted an article titled "Dangerous Anti-Science Extremist World Super Spreader Event in D.C." Now, I'm not going to say the virus is or isn't bad, but it is.
Winning. No.
And out and about in public, I don't think you need a motherfucking mask, but that's your decision. But when you're in close proximity of people you don't fucking know or whatever, or you shouldn't be. People are young. Last year, critics of the then President Donald Trump slammed him for housing a Rose Garden nomination event for Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. May attendees included Trump caught the virus. The scope of the outbreak associated with the Texas Democrat is unclear. A Republican Congressman, Red Varun Buckerman of Florida, separately disclosed Monday that he caught the bug. Dr. Brian Moen, the attending physician of the Capitol, wrote that in a memo cited by the Daily Mail that the several vaccinated congressional staff members and the one member of Congress have acquired infection of the more contagious Delta variant of the virus spread. It's unclear if any of the other Capitol staffers were linked to the Texas delegation. It probably was. It probably was. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and it walks like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. The Delta variant has been detected in Washington, D.C. in the Capitol buildings. Moen wrote, well, Republicans say the Texas Democrat trip is premised on an inaccurate description of the legislation. Inaccurate description of the legislation. The bill would prevent officials from sending unsolicited absentee ballot applications and would. Oh, this is just talking about. We already went over the Texas bill. You can watch that episode. We're not going to go over it again here. But the double standard here is palpable. These Democrats should be held accountable for transferring this virus from one place to the other.
That's how winning is done.
They literally got. I mean, I don't know. That might be extreme on our part, but this fascism got to end. It got to fucking end. I'm just fucking saying.